Hello, my favorite people. Rivers here. You know, sometimes I tell funny stories and sometimes I tell a little bit sad stories. I want to tell you a story that is near and dear to my heart, and it's true. A few years ago, I found myself just absolutely ravaged by disappointment. I was nearly crushed by some very significant financial challenges. At that time in my life, I often found spiritual refuge in the celestial room of the Bountiful Temple. This was before the Draper Temple was built. So I decided to do an endowment session in the Bountiful Temple. As I was waiting in the chapel, I listened to a sweet little blue-haired temple lady play some whisper-soft prelude music on the organ. The depth of my discouragement was daunting. I did not doubt that God lived or that he listened to prayer, and I'd had way too many spiritual experiences to doubt his existence. But you know, I seriously wondered if God was maybe a little too busy putting out fires with some of his other children so that he had put me, the former good little primary boy, on the back burner for a while. As I sat and stewed in the pungent and powerful juices of discouragement in the temple chapel, a couple of immature thoughts, unpleasant thoughts, and some questions rushed into my mind. Heavenly Father, do you really know and do you really care about what is going on with me right now? But here's the kicker. In my mind, I blurted out to God the following challenge. If you know and care about what's going on with me in my life, what is my favorite primary song? What? Are you kidding me? As soon as I issued that childish challenge out to God, I was ashamed and embarrassed. Why would I ask that question in my mind to God? Obviously, I did not have my stuff together. And guess what? I really didn't have my stuff together. I was really discouraged. Now, imagine my surprise that not more than 30 seconds after my immature and pretty pathetic challenge to God, the same sweet, blue-haired chapel organist launched into my beloved primary song. I wonder when he comes again. The organist did not simply play all two verses of that song. She started doing a reverent, extended riff on my favorite primary song. This song, which only lasts a minute or two, must have lasted at least twice that amount of time as I sat in a puddle of my tears in the chapel. I must have been a sight to behold for my fellow session goers in the chapel. My favorite people, my sons, my daughters, my daughters-in-law and my sons-in-law, and especially my grandchildren. God knew my favorite primary song. I know that he knows your favorite primary song. God is in the details of our lives. He loves us. And he is waiting to help us. He understands us. And he knows when to come to our aid. I can't even begin to tell you what great comfort it was for me to hear that primary song being played by the the blue-haired little old lady in the temple. And whenever I feel discouraged, whenever I think that maybe my prayers aren't being answered or aren't being answered in the way that I want, or if I really wonder if maybe God's a little too busy putting out other fires, I think about this experience. And I just want you to know that God answers prayers. I have a testimony of this. I am grateful that I can at any time and in any place pray to my Heavenly Father. And I want you to know this. I want you to find the comfort that I have found in my life through prayer. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.